Okay, so I'm going to continue with a few more honorifics. In the last lesson, we talked about san a little bit, and I might have said something completely confusing about the in-group, out-group distinguishments. And we can actually save that for another lesson. That didn't appear in my textbooks until I was on to the second book. So, it can be a little confusing at first. So, anyway, whenever you're talking to someone, you refer to them as san. You also don't ever call them by the billion and one, okay, not that many, but there are quite a few different forms of address for you. We hear them a lot in America when we listen to anime and video games. The polite way of using the word you, and especially when you're just starting out learning the Japanese language, it's permissible. It's not really considered polite, but it's understood that a foreign person is going to have some difficulties and they're going to make a few gaffes. So, anata is the polite way of saying you. Now, the most frequently heard occurrences of anata are in relationships. In Western relationships, pet names for one another are dear, honey, poopsie, anything like that. In Japanese relationships, it's most common to say, for a woman especially, to address her husband as anata. And likewise, men might say omae. So, the words for you include anata, the polite form, kimi. Kimi is a form of address for someone beneath you. Actually, a couple levels beneath you. Pets, small children, but frequently in costume hero shows, the hero will address ordinary civilians as kimi. Kimi wa daijoubu desu ka? Are you okay? Because he's a hero. He's sugoi. Sugoi na hito ne. So, because heroes are supermen, they're above us after all. So, extremely tough, powerful person might refer to his lessers as kimi. Kimi is it's very condescending, basically. Hence, that's most typically used when addressing your pets, and even Japanese people talk to their pets, or, as I said before, young children. And if you're a superhero, then referring to a civilian has often heard kimi spoken. Then, if you really want to put someone down, kisama is beneath kimi. Kisama is frequently used in dramas and animations. You know, when the hero is really pissed off or someone's done something horrible. Kisama! All he is addressing him as is you. You! But clearly the insult is meant and it is felt. It's literally a put down. You're putting someone down on a level that's lower than a dog. You would address your dog as Kimi. Beneath that, Kisama. No one ever uses Kisama in Japanese conversation. It's typically a dramatic device. I suppose there would be situations, particularly if, say, kids in a fight, I might use words like that, but it's not something that'll be really taken seriously, especially if you're a foreigner. You'll just look like an idiot. But it's important to know what it means. So, a lot of times, when you see translations of Japanese animations, then they say, Kisama. You might see it written as, damn you! Or you son of a bitch! These are cultural equivalents of what the intention of the spoken word is. But it's not the case. It just means you. Other forms of you include omae, which is a gruff form of the equal. So polite speech is anata. Omae is not impolite, but it's a little gruff. And, yes. Another negative form of you, onore, is another dramatic device of Japanese anime and drama. Onore is the same as kisama. They both mean the same thing, but they are not interpreted the same way. And I'm still out of time and haven't gotten to any of the other honorifics yet.